Beloved soul, you are not separate from the supply. You are not separate from abundance. You are one with the source that created gold from dust and rivers in the desert. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. Psalm 23:1. That is not a hope, it is a decree. And what you decree, you draw unto you. Desire is not weakness. Desire is divine. Desire is the soul remembering what was already written before time began. It is the whisper of God in your spirit saying, "This is yours, call it forth." You were never meant to chase supply, you were meant to speak it into being. Thou shalt also decree a thing, and it shall be established unto thee. Job 2:8. Speak, child of light, speak, and the heavens respond. The word is power, the word is law, the word is creation. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. John 1. You are a divine being, clothed in flesh, gifted with the same breath that parted the Red Sea, the same word that said, "Let there be light," and there was light. That light dwells in you. That word is your inheritance. Use it. Money is not your master. Money is your servant. It comes to the one who walks in alignment with divine law, not with striving, but with knowing. Not with fear, but with faith. As you sleep, the soul is still at work. The subconscious mind is the womb of creation. It does not sleep. It hears the word and multiplies it. As a man soweth, so shall he also reap. So truth, so prosperity, so divine remembrance. You are not trying to attract what you do not have. You are awakening to what is already yours. There is no lack in spirit. There is no poverty in the kingdom. Say with me now, Infinite Spirit, open the way for my immediate supply. Let all that is mine by divine right reach me now. Read until your soul believes it. Repeat it. Now, until your soul believe. Repeat it until your atmosphere shifts. Repeat it until heaven bows to your authority. You are not begging God. You are aligning with law. You are not wishing. You are commanding. You are not hoping. You are knowing. All things are possible to him that believeth. Mark 9:23. Let this be the hour you remember who you are. Let this be the night the veil is lifted. Let this be the sacred moment where you no longer see money as separate from your spiritual walk, but as a reflection of your alignment. Tonight, as you rest, rest in truth, rest in peace, rest in wealth, rest in divine supply. For even in sleep, the law is at work. The word is alive. The harvest is ripening. And the gates of abundance are already open. Prove me now herewith, saith the Lord of hosts, if I will not open you the windows of heaven, and pour you out a blessing, that there shall not be room enough to receive it. Malachi 3:20. So it is. Desire is not something you made up. It did not arise from vanity, or ego, or the grasping hand of the flesh. No, desire is divine. It is the soft knock of spirit at the door of your consciousness, saying, "What I have for you is already prepared." It is not you asking God. It is God asking you to agree. For every true desire is a divine instruction coded with fulfillment, encoded with timing, encoded with provision. Delight thyself also in the Lord, and he shall give thee the desires of thine heart. Psalm 3:7-4. That is not a reward. It is a law, a divine law, a vibrational promise. When the soul desires, it is not yearning for something outside. It is awakening to what already exists within. That which you seek is not in the distant land. It is not in the striving. It is not in the chase. It is not in the labor of the hands, but in the alignment of the spirit. When you feel the sacred stirring of a desire in your chest, pause, listen. Do not shame it. Do not silence it. Do not delay it with doubt. That desire is the voice of the infinite saying, "Now is the time. Speak, my child, and call it forth." You are not being tested. You are being trusted. Desire is the whisper of completion before your eyes can see it. It is the evidence of the unseen. It is the invitation to remember what your soul already knows. You are not imagining a future. You are remembering a future. You are remembering a truth. And when you speak that truth, when you wrap it in rhythm and voice and faith, the universe obeys. Heaven hears. Angels move. Substance gathers. Before they call, I will answer. And while they are yet speaking, I will hear. Isaiah 6:5. 24. Speak then, speak in faith. Speak with the knowing that your desire is holy ground. To desire is to obey the Spirit. Not all desire is noise. True desire is instruction, sacred, specific, divine. You must not delay what God has declared. You must not shrink back when the door is already open. There is no need to earn what has been given by grace. There is only the need to align. And alignment begins in the voice, in the vibration of spoken word, in the decree that carries your soul's agreement into the ethers where laws are activated and return is multiplied. Desire must not be buried. Desire, it must be breathed into life. It must be spoken aloud. It must be honored in the temple of your body, repeated until it becomes rhythm, and rhythm becomes reality. For it is written, ask, and it shall be given you. Seek, and ye shall find. Knock, and it shall be opened unto you. Matthew 7:7. This is not metaphor. This is not myth. This is divine sequence. This is spiritual technology. This is sacred instruction for the manifesting soul. When desire rises, when desire speaks, the door is made. When desire speaks, the way is made. When desire is denied, the soul waits in silence. But when desire is declared, all of heaven rises to meet it. Let not the world convince you that you must suppress the holy longing within. You are not too much. You are not asking for too much. You are simply being called into agreement with more. There is no shame in holy desire. There is no delay in divine decree. Speak your desire, not as a wish, but as a knowing. Speak it before sleep, for the subconscious mind, the great servant of spirit, receives your word and works in silence. Speak it in faith, for faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Speak it in rhythm, for rhythm is creation's language. Speak it as done, and it shall be done. Say now, my desire is divine, my word is law, my good is already prepared. I do not beg, I command by the authority of spirit within me. Say it again and again until your vibration changes, until your atmosphere bends to your belief, until your desire feels less like a dream and more like a memory, because in truth it is. You are remembering what you already chose in the heavenly realm. You are agreeing with what is already yours by right of consciousness. You are not attracting. You are unveiling. So trust the desire, trust the instruction for the impulse that burns with peace. For the fire that glows within is not of this world. It is a divine signal, a soul summons, a sacred echo, and you, child of the Most High, are ready to answer it, not with striving, but with speech, not with fear, but with decree, not with doubt, but with rhythm. Speak your desire and rest. Speak your desire and receive. Speak your desire, and the law shall carry it to your door. And as the soul learns to trust this divine desire, it also learns that the word spoken in faith is not just a tool but a key. The word is not small. The word is not weak. The word is not mere sound. It is the original substance, the seed of creation, the beginning and the becoming. The word is the wand that moves matter, the unseen staff that parts lack from abundance, darkness from light, delay from divine arrival. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God, John 1:1. And that Word still lives in you. That Word breathes through your voice. That Word waits to be spoken with faith. You are not without power. You are not waiting on a sign. You are the sign. Your voice is the sign. Your decree is the signal that the law must obey. The word you speak wraps invisible truth in vibration. It becomes rhythm. It becomes sound that carries spirit into form. Say it, and it begins. Say it, and it awakens. Say it, and it returns not void, for it is written, So shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void. Isaiah 5:1. That is the law. That is the covenant. That is the way of the manifesting soul. Your effort is not the key. Your struggle is not the force that moves mountains. It is your word. Your word carries more weight in the realm of spirit than any action without faith. When you speak in alignment, when you declare from knowing, not from fear, the universe bends. The elements respond. Angels are dispatched. The invisible begins to arrange itself for visible arrival. There is no need to push when you can proclaim. No need to hustle when you can harmonize. The word is your wand. When you speak, do not speak as one who begs. Speak as one who reigns. Speak as one who remembers that heaven was placed inside the breath. Speak as one who knows that you and the Word are one. Death and life are in the power of the tongue, and they that love it shall eat the fruit thereof. Proverbs 18:2-1. You are always planting, every sentence a seed, every affirmation a key, every rhythm of truth a ladder between the realm of the seen and unseen. To speak is to stir the deep. To decree is to command light. To repeat is to reinforce the truth until all that is false falls away. Say it until it feels like fire. Say it until it feels like fact. Say it until heaven echoes back your own voice, multiplied, magnified, and wrapped in answered prayer. You are not without tools. You have the highest technology in your spirit, the creative speech of the soul. Speak aloud the invisible blueprint. Speak what your eyes cannot yet see. Speak what your heart already knows. When you say, I am provided for, heaven agrees. When you say, money flows to me as I rest, the law begins to deliver. When you say, my words shape my world, your world rearranges. For the word is a divine servant. It does not question. It does not hesitate. It only mirrors belief. It only carries what you give it. There is no force here. Only flow. No need to shout. Spirit hears the whispered decree that comes from a rested soul. There is no magic in volume, but there is power in vibration. Align your tone with truth. Align your rhythm with faith. Align your voice with the rhythm of heaven, and your harvest will have no choice but to come. For Spirit always honors the one who speaks as if it is already done. Let your words be clean. Let your speech be sacred. Let your declarations be holy. Speak not what you fear. Speak not what you lack. Speak what you know in spirit to be true. Let the law rise to meet the sound of your belief. Let the air carry your truth into substance. Let every night become your cathedral of creation, where your whispered decrees rise like incense before the throne of the Most High. Say now, I speak as one with the source. My word is divine command. What I say in faith must come. My voice is law. My decree is backed by heaven. Say it again. Say it as you lie down. Say it as you wake. Say it until your very atmosphere hums with remembrance. You are not speaking into the void. You are speaking into the law, and the law is perfect, and the law is alive, and the law never sleeps. For the soul that knows the power of its word does not wait in doubt. It rests in divine assurance. And from that rest the inner voice begins to say not, when will it come? But how shall it arrive? The soul cannot sleep where faith is awake. The body may lie down, the eyelids may close, but the spirit remains in motion. The spirit does not slumber. The soul remembers its assignment, even while the conscious mind dreams. And if you have spoken the word, if you have planted the decree in truth, the soul gets to work. The soil of the subconscious begins to shape reality in silence. Heaven is not on pause while you rest. Heaven is performing what while you believed. Heaven forming what you have believed. I will both lay me down in peace and sleep, for thou, Lord, only makest me dwell in safety. Psalm 4:8. That is the resting place of the one who knows. Faith is not stillness. It is spiritual motion. When you speak before sleep, you write upon the walls of your inner temple. You leave instruction for the unseen. You open the gate and let the flow begin. And faith, active and unbending, remains at work when eyes close. Faith does not require supervision. Faith does not require control. Faith is divine intelligence, living law, spiritual substance. It knows what to do. It goes where it is sent. It multiplies what you speak. It echoes in realms beyond the seen and summons all things necessary for the fulfillment of your decree. Sleep is not the end of creation. It is its holy unfolding. For the soul does not forget what the mouth has declared. It does not abandon the word. It builds upon it. It moves with it. It stretches across time and space, into opportunity, into divine appointments, into unseen provision. He that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. Psalm 24. And if the God within never sleeps, then the soul in alignment never stops creating. The faith that lives in you is tireless. It is working now, even now. You need not strive. You need not grip or chase or clutch. You need only believe, speak, and allow. You need only trust that the spiritual realm is more real than the physical, that the law is already in motion, that by the time your eyes open again, the next layer of your manifestation has already been constructed. You are not waiting. You are unfolding. You are not suspended. You are ripening. Every moment in rest is a moment in revelation. And when the word is rooted deep, the soul dances with it through the night. The dream realm becomes your sanctuary. The sleep state becomes your workshop. The atmosphere responds to what you've believed without fear, without doubt, without the need to force or figure it all out. You are not the how. You are only the vessel. You are only the voice. You are only the one who remembers that the kingdom of heaven is already within, and you are only required to release it. Faith awakens what fear buried. Faith ignites what time is not touched. Faith is the fire that does not burn out, even when the night is long, and when you lie down in faith, your soul rises in light. It is there, in the unseen, in the stillness, in the silence, that mountains move, that doors open, that gold is gathered, that answers come. It is there that your decree becomes divine choreography, invisible and perfect, bringing all things into order. Say now, my soul is at work even while I sleep. My faith is alive. My word is unfolding. I rest in divine assurance. I rest in spiritual law. I rest because it is done. Repeat it until the body softens, until the mind stops chasing, until peace takes its place as your teacher and guide. You are not doing nothing. You are doing everything. For to trust, to truly rest, is the highest act of alignment. Let your nights become sacred. Let your sleep become ceremony. Lay down with decree. Lay down with praise. Lay down with the knowing that something holy is happening beneath the surface. You have spoken, and it must be done. You have believed, and it must appear. You have released, and it must return. The soul does not sleep when it is charged with divine instruction. The soul does not rest when faith has been set in motion. And in this sacred place between breath and dream, the voice that once trembled with doubt begins to rise again. Not in fear, but in holy authority, prepared to speak not as one seeking, but as one who already receives. Speak as one who already possesses, and the universe obeys. Speak not from lack, but from law. Speak not as one hoping, but as one knowing. For the law does not respond to doubt. It responds to identity. It moves not for the one who wishes, but for the one who is. When you declare from fullness, when you speak as though the harvest is already in your hands, the harvest begins to move toward you. Therefore I say unto you, whatsoever things ye desire, when ye pray, believe that ye receive them, and ye shall have them. Mark 1:4, this is not theory, it is law, it is divine protocol. To speak as one who already has is not pretending, it is remembering. It is aligning with the truth that the soul has always known. You are not calling things into existence. You are allowing them to surface. You are not creating from scratch. You are agreeing with the divine pattern that is already formed. The blueprint is complete. Your words give it permission to appear. Your belief allows it to take shape. When you say, I am rich, the substance of wealth begins to organize itself around your vibration. When you say, I receive now, the ethers respond with confirmation. There is no resistance in the realm of spirit, only agreement or delay, and delay is only the result of divided speech, of saying, I am, and then whispering, but maybe not yet. Let your words be whole, let your speech be single, let your vibration be clean. Heaven honors conviction. Creation bows to unwavering tone. Not loudness, but clarity. Not forth with faith. Speak with rhythm. Speak with intention. Speak with stillness behind your voice. And heaven will hear not just your words, but your soul. The voice that moves the mountain is the one that already sees it moved. The decree that manifests is the one spoken in identity, not in need. Say it now. It is mine. I receive it. I walk in it. I thank God for it. Not tomorrow, not someday. Now, always now. Your now is not measured by time, it is measured by consciousness. The moment you believe it is yours, it becomes yours. The moment you take possession in word and spirit, reality bends, circumstances shift, pathways open. Speak it until your body aligns, speak it until your breath slows, speak it until the atmosphere changes. For there is no delay in spirit, only in belief, no withholding in heaven, only in permission. And your permission is your word. Say not, I will be, for that is the language of waiting. Say not, one day, for that is the speech of separation. Say, I am. Say, I have. Say, it is done. This is the speech of the soul that knows. This is the tone of the spirit that reigns. You are not rehearsing. You are revealing. You are not hoping. You are harmonizing with divine supply. The law recognizes the voice of the one who walks as though it is already fulfilled. The angels rush to meet the one who speaks in the vibration of possession. You do not attract from need. You attract from identity. And identity is chosen by decree. Who you say you are, you become. What you say you have begins to gather. Your word is the gate. Your belief is the key. Your rhythm is the path. Speak now. I am aligned with infinite supply. I speak as one who already holds. I walk in divine provision. I rest in divine completion. Say it until there is no doubt. Say it until there is no gap. Say it until you and the promise are one. This is not delusion. It is divine order. This is not arrogance. It is spiritual inheritance. The prodigal son was restored not when he begged, but when he returned, when he remembered who he was. And the father said, Son, thou art ever with me, and all that I have is thine. Luke 15:3-1, you have not been disqualified. You have only been distracted. Return to your place. Return to your word. Return to your inheritance. And from that holy place of identity, your voice will no longer tremble. Your prayer will no longer plead. Your decree will carry the vibration of completion, the tone of fulfillment, the echo of heaven. And when you speak from that sacred alignment, the law responds, not as an outsider, but as your faithful servant, bringing into form what your soul already knows is yours. What you praise multiplies. What you fear invites lack. Praise is the soul's agreement with abundance. It is the music of faith, the rhythm of remembrance, the vibration of divine knowing. When you praise, you tell the universe, I see the good, therefore I welcome more. When you speak well of what you already have, you activate the law of increase. You turn the key of multiplication. For it is written, He that hath, to him shall be given, and he shall have more abundance. Matthew 13:12. This is not favoritism. It is spiritual law. Praise is not just words. It is alignment. Praise is not a performance. It is a frequency. It is the soul standing in agreement with God, saying, You are faithful. You are my source. I trust what I see, and I trust what I do not see. And when the atmosphere of your heart is filled with gratitude, the windows of heaven open. You cannot praise and remain in lack. You cannot give thanks and be forgotten by the law. Gratitude is magnetic. Praise is a seed. Rejoicing is the rhythm that calls more to you. Even in the invisible, there is cause to praise. Even before the arrival, there is reason to thank. Not because the thing is seen, but because the thing is already done. Praise is faith in motion. Praise is prophecy on your tongue. Praise is how the soul walks through the valley while still speaking of green pastures. When you say, Thank you, God, for the money already on the way, you are calling it into the now. You are collapsing time with the vibration of trust. You are making room for what was held back only by your silence. What you fear, you energize. What you worry about, you water. Fear is misplaced faith. Fear is belief in lack. Fear is a false prayer sent out with trembling. But perfect love casteth out fear. And praise perfects love. Praise brings your heart back into the knowing that God is your supply, and there is no shortage in the spirit. Say now, I praise my way into provision. I praise my way into peace. I praise my way into wealth. And the energy around you will rise. When your words are filled with admiration for what is, they become a beacon for more. The law sees that you have honored the seed and sends the harvest. The angels hear the sound of joy and rush in with increase. The universe hears the tone of gratitude and opens wide the storehouse of good. You are not waiting on a breakthrough. You are building it with every word of praise. This is not a game. This is a sacred order. Your words shape your world. Your declarations mold your destiny. Your gratitude determines the flow. Praise is the permission slip for abundance. Praise is the soul's way of saying, I have seen enough of God's goodness to trust what I cannot see. And in that space, miracles move. In that atmosphere, manifestation accelerates. Even when you have little, praise as if you have much. Even when the account is low, thank God that it is rising. Speak not of lack, for that is a language that attracts delay. Speak of increase, speak of plenty, speak of the open door. Let the weak say, I am strong. Joel 3:10. And let the poor say, I am rich, not because the bank says so, but because the soul knows so, because the word says so, because heaven has already decreed it. Let your voice become the sound of expectation. Let your language be the echo of abundance. Let your speech be the fragrance of divine faith. Praise is the aroma that attracts supply. Rejoice now. Rejoice in the hallway. Rejoice in the not yet. For praise is not reaction, it is revelation. It is your spirit standing before the invisible throne and saying, I receive, I believe, and I will speak of your goodness all the days of my life. Say now, I praise my present, I praise my future. I praise the money that flows while I rest. I praise the overflow that cannot be stopped. I praise because it is already done. Let the room fill with those words. Let the air bend with that vibration. Let your sleep carry that sound. Let your soul sing while the body rests, for the law is listening, and the law multiplies what you magnify. And as praise opens the way, as the atmosphere becomes ripe with rejoicing, the timing of heaven begins to accelerate. The answers quicken, the gates swing wide, and the one who once begged now begins to command. Not through effort, but through exaltation. Divine right timing responds to unshakable decree, not to begging, not to hoping, not to a voice that wavers between belief and doubt. It responds to the voice that knows, the voice that speaks not to chase, but to call, not to wait, but to declare. For the soul that is rooted in divine law does not worry about the when. It trusts the rhythm of the unseen. It knows that heaven moves on rhythm, not resistance, that the moment you release the word, the clock of spirit begins to turn. You are not delayed, you are being aligned. You are not forgotten, you are being prepared for receipt. Every decree you make in faith sets a time in motion, a divine countdown, a spiritual appointment. And though it may not arrive by the calendar of man, it will never miss its divine hour. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it. Because it will surely come, it will not tarry. Habakkuk 2:3. Do not confuse silence with absence. Do not confuse waiting with denial. Do not confuse stillness with void. The law never forgets what was spoken in truth. There is a rhythm under the surface, a cadence in the spirit, and that which is yours by divine right cannot be denied, cannot be lost, cannot be stolen, cannot be missed. It is marked with your frequency. It is tied to your name in the heavens. It will arrive at the precise moment you are most ready to carry it. Not just hold it, not just spend it, but sustain it, multiply it, protect it, honor it. And until then, speak not as one waiting. Speak as one aligning. Say now, my timing is perfect because I am in alignment. My good cannot be early and it cannot be late. It arrives on divine appointment. It meets me while I rest. It finds me in faith. Say it again and again until your mind is no longer rushing, until your breath softens, until your soul begins to rise in peace. For peace is the language of trust, and trust is the condition for perfect timing. There is no competition in spirit, no scarcity in the divine realm. What is yours is not waiting in line. It is orbiting you, waiting for your vibration to match its call. You do not need to force it to come. You need only to remain in the decree. Let your word remain standing, even when your eyes see no proof. Let your decree remain unwavering, even when time tests your patience. For the spoken word does not weaken with waiting. It strengthens. It gathers force. It ripens beneath the surface. And at the appointed time, it breaks forth as manifestation. The clock of man ticks. The calendar of earth turns. But the timing of heaven flows. It does not hurry. It does not hesitate. It meets the voice that refuses to fold. The one who speaks as if it is done, because in spirit it is. The one who does not ask, "Where is it?" but says, "It is coming to me now. It is moving through the law. It is being drawn to my decree." This is not denial. This is dominion. This is not pretending. This is partnering with divine law. And as you lie down to sleep, rest in the rhythm. Rest in the pulse of heaven. Rest in the promise that your unshakable decree is enough. You do not need to repeat the word out of fear. It has already been heard. You do not need to chase what was already dispatched. Simply hold your vibration, maintain your atmosphere. Let the decree remain alive on your lips and calm in your spirit. Say again, "The time is set. The answer is sure. The delivery is divine. I do not need to watch the clock. I need only to keep the faith." And as this truth saturates your consciousness, the fear of missing out begins to dissolve. The pressure to rush begins to fade. And in its place, the frequency of completion begins to hum. The rhythm of arrival begins to play through your energy field. And the timing that once felt like a mystery begins to feel like a certainty wrapped in stillness. You are not behind. You are not late. You are exactly where you need to be for what is divinely yours to locate you. And when you know this, when you feel this, when you speak from this sacred alignment, you no longer ask the time. You become the timing. The kingdom of supply is within, waiting for your voice. It is not beyond the stars. It is not buried in distant lands. It is not locked behind effort or found through the approval of others. It is within you now, quiet, holy, unlimited. For the kingdom of God cometh not with observation, neither shall they say, "Lo here," or "Lo there." For behold, the kingdom of God is within you. Luke 17:21. This is not poetry. This is not metaphor. This is spiritual reality. The treasure you seek is not far from you. It does not dwell in banks. It does not hide in opportunity. It does not exist in some future self. It waits in silence, waiting for your voice to remember its authority. The moment you speak from truth, the kingdom opens. The moment you declare from spirit, the gates swing wide. The storehouses begin to pour. The rivers begin to flow. Not because you found something new, but because you remembered what was always yours. The supply is not summoned. It is spoken into view. When you say, "I receive," you unlock what has been sealed by forgetfulness. When you say, "It is mine," you melt the illusion of distance. When you say, "I am provided for," the law responds, because it has no choice. It is written, it is finished, and it is governed by decree. You do not need to fight for supply. You do not need to force abundance. You need only to align your vibration with the truth that abundance already lives within you. Speak now as one who carries heaven. Speak now as one who knows the Spirit dwells within. Speak now as one who remembers that lack is not your birthright. Overflow is. Speak until your soul becomes the key. Speak until your words sound like rivers. Speak until the veil is torn and the truth returns to your breath. Say, "The kingdom of supply is within me. I command it to rise. I release what is mine by divine right." Do not search outward. The world reflects your belief, not your worth. The world is a mirror to your inner decree. What you believe you carry, the world must reveal. What you declare is yours, the law must arrange. The law does not judge. The law does not debate. The law does not pause to consider your history. It moves by alignment. It manifests what matches the vibration of your soul. And when you believe that you are the vessel of divine supply, your outer life begins to bow in agreement. You are not broken. You are not empty. You are not behind. You are not unworthy. You are the house of the holy. You are the temple of provision. You are the image and likeness of the one who called light out of darkness and said, "It is good." You are not separate from your source. You are the extension of it. And everything that is good and perfect has already been placed within your reach, through the kingdom that lives in you. Let your voice now become the sound that wakes the inner treasury. Let your decree be the light that opens the chamber doors. You are not begging, you are not hoping, you are not asking from outside the gate. You are speaking from within the throne room. You are commanding from the center of heaven's abundance. The vault is open when the voice aligns. The gates respond to the soul that no longer doubts its authority. Say it again. The kingdom of supply is within. It is full. It is ready. It is mine by divine inheritance. I release it now. I speak it forth. I see it made manifest. Let these words wrap your being. Let them settle into your cells. Let them fill the atmosphere like incense rising. The law is listening. The soul is remembering. The supply is moving, not because you earned it, but because you claimed it. There is no more delay when you realize it was never far. There is no more struggle when you know it was never locked. And as you fall into sleep, let these words carry you like waves. The kingdom is within. The supply is within. My voice is the door. Say it again and again, and the night shall carry your decree into the dawn. Now is the appointed hour. Now is the holy moment where soul and spirit unite in remembrance. You are not hoping anymore. You are knowing. You are not waiting anymore. You are commanding. The veil is lifted. The law is active. The word is in motion. The kingdom is within, and your voice is the opening. I now speak my desire into form. It appears in divine order by divine law without delay. I now speak my desire into form. It appears in divine order by divine law without delay. I now speak my desire into form. It appears in divine order by divine law without delay. Heaven hears. Law responds, the gates are open, the storehouse is full, and I am no longer outside looking in. I am seated in the center of divine supply. I do not chase, I call. I do not force, I speak. I do not strive, I decree. My word is law. My decree is sacred. My speech creates substance. I speak with holy boldness. I command with divine authority. I declare with spiritual precision. What I speak, I see. What I decree, I receive. My voice is no longer silent. My power is no longer dormant. I activate the kingdom within by the sound of my faith. I no longer fear delay. I no longer speak of lack. I no longer question what has already been given. I speak as one who has. I declare as one who knows. I rest as one who reigns. Everything I need is already here. Everything I desire is already mine. Everything I have spoken is already unfolding. I am the living demonstration of divine supply. I am the vessel of wealth, peace, favor, and overflow. I am the voice of completion, the echo of fulfillment, the decree of heaven on earth. Let every word I have spoken now return fulfilled. Let the law be sealed. Let the rhythm continue. Let the evidence appear, not by chance, but by divine design. And so it is.